Opening in theaters this week is the science fiction movie The Creator, and here's my review. With his first three feature films, director Gareth Edwards showed impressive ability in making the worlds feel big as the characters deal with extraordinary forces with world-ending implications. That continues with The Creator, and becomes one of its strongest elements as we watch John David Washington's military man Joshua try to navigate a war between American soldiers and artificial intelligence. It's certainly fascinating watching a film tackle AI, and Edwards keeps the story somewhat engaging through the runtime as he rushes the characters from set piece to set piece. It's clear from the opening scenes that The Creator is going to be a heavy social commentary, and that's certainly something to be expected, as some of the best science fiction is rooted in exploring the current dilemmas facing humankind. Right now, AI is one of the big hot-button issues, as someone who uses computers to replicate certain jobs, and many, understandably, are opposed to that happening. The film explores the conflict between humans and AI, and is able to give enough depth to them, including how the latter has managed to evolve. The concept of humans cloning themselves onto AI is especially eerie in light of concerns raised by the current actors' strike. The Creator does not go completely pro-AI, but it's still surprising to see such a stance in this movie, although one doubts Edwards is in favor of replacing people with it. The film also takes heavy aim at American militarism and the need to control foreign governments. We see this partly through Colonel Howell, played by Allison Janney. The movie keeps the viewer guessing whether she's good or bad, which makes her more interesting than if she was just depicted as a stereotypical rough military type. The friendship Joshua has with an AI is solidly developed, and even though we know how it will all play out, their scenes are still nicely done. As expected from Edwards, the visual effects are of extremely high quality. The AIs, some of which look like traditional robots and others with human faces and bodies, are impressive and look entirely seamless. We get a lot of the futuristic flourishes we often see depicted in sci-fi, but there will always be an appeal to the high-tech look of this genre. Edwards makes good use of the Thailand locations as we see both the cities and more naturalistic environments. Despite the visual wonder constantly on display in The Creator, the story does feel a tad stretched out. While the themes are intriguing, it's nonetheless a fairly simple story, and the last act in particular feels like it tacks on an extra 20 minutes just to add even more action. Through it all though, Gareth Edwards shows his talent for world building. After his last two films had him explore Godzilla and the rebels of Star Wars, it's nice to see him develop his own story and characters again. Even when the story gets to be a bit drawn out, the central conflict is one worth following, and the connection to what's going on in our world today adds an intriguing subtext. Edwards clearly has a lot of thoughts on artificial intelligence and our relationship to it, and it'll be particularly interesting looking back in this movie 30 years from now to see how its concerns and fantasies played out.